Hey, welcome to another video. I just wanted to take a few minutes today and specifically outline kind of the process that we've been using, or I've been using with my son to help him type and communicate with us. Short background, he was in speech therapy for years and years. He actually got kicked out of private speech therapy for lack of progress, which is incredibly ironic to me. But, he spent years and years doing typical speech therapy, and, his speech ability has really had nominal progress, change since he was about 2 years old, which is fine, but it just goes to show that typical speech therapy isn't necessarily a fit, for him or for every child. We've been focused on typing as a form of communication since we started our homeschooling with him in September. And now he can answer many questions, and he can type up to 3 words in a row. And I think for only a few months of practice and starting small, that it's incredible. We've really already been able to learn so many more of his thoughts and feelings about different subjects, and for the first time ever, we've been able to get his input on what Christmas gifts he wants, and it's just fantastic. So, years of speech therapy compared to months of supporting him learning how to type, and there's a absolutely phenomenal difference in those two things. So, a lot of people have asked me about this when I've brought it up on Twitter or whatever social media channels, and so I just wanted to talk a little bit about what I did. I didn't follow any set plan or process, really. I follow his lead as much as possible because I don't want this to be a forced thing. I never force him. I don't want it to ever become a negative thing. My goal is to simply show him the possibility, and I figured once he saw the possibility that he would go, oh, I love this. I want to communicate, because everybody wants to communicate, right? Like, if your speech ability is limited, then it's natural you're going to want another form of communication. And I did try a letter board with him a little bit, but he seemed to get frustrated with it. And, again, I know there's kind of processes that everybody puts into place for this, but I wanted to try the typing and just see how it went for us. So we started small, very small, introducing a new thing. And I know he can get frustrated when something's challenging for him, which is understandable. That's human. So, I would literally start like 5 minutes a day, 2 to 3 times a week. In the beginning, we just I was trying to acclimate him to the keyboard and, show him the letters, A, S, D, F. And yes, we're using a typically laid out keyboard. So I would let him play with it. I would let him push the buttons, get a feel for the buttons. And I'm just using Word, like a Word document. I would make the letters bigger, put the spacing in there just so it's easier for him to track. So I would show him the different letters, and then I would show him on the screen, as we push this letter, look what's happening. And then we'll say, okay, let's spell a basic word, cat, dog, etc. And again, this is all very easy for him now, but at this point in September, I was still trying to figure out exactly where he was after he had been so held back in public school. So, this is all kind of just testing ground, etc. So really, we started out very easy, natural, small. And so as he started, getting into it, as he's seeing, okay, my pushing this keyboard, it should give me a result on the screen. Look, I'm seeing this word on the screen. And then I would start with ask him to type words that I knew he knew how to spell. His name, again, cat, dog, etc. I would say, can you type this, mama, etc. I knew how he knew how to spell all those things. So I would ask him on the words that I knew he knew. And I will note that I do a underhand for him, again, because he is physically disabled and hypotonic. He has got low muscle tone. So what I will do is he actually holds onto my hand and he grabs me because he knows he wants that support. So he holds on and he sticks a finger out. And sometimes he'll switch hands. So sometimes he'll use his left hand, sometimes he'll use his right hand. He is left hand dominant, but I think he just sometimes gets tired, so he'll want to switch it up. I've even had him at this point using 2 fingers at times. But he always wants mommy's hand under him and he's grabbing me. But, you know, I've made a concentrated effort to keep myself, you know, relaxed to the point where I am not accidentally leading him. I'm letting him lead me to the letters he wants to type. You know, sometimes he makes typos, again, because I'm not controlling him, I'm supporting him. And that's fine. You know, when I save the documents that he types, which are often like me, I type a question and then I let him answer that question and I save that, and I don't change the typos because I don't want it to be the focus on that. Like, as time goes, he's going to get more self-assured, he's going to get more able to type what he wants to type. But he does, he's really blown us away by all the things he's already typed to us, even single word answers, the things that we've been able to glean from this. And again, this is just a small journey, you know. At this point, we do it almost every single day, and I'll ask him several questions. He'll even come up to me if he's feeling frustrated and he'll say, type, you know, like he wants to type to me now. He realizes now that he's communicating his needs here, you know. Sometimes he does get frustrated. Now, when he is in a very frustrated moment, he'll struggle to type because he's having that, you know, mind-body struggle, you know. So I am very careful to try and redirect before that. I don't want to force him. We might sing a song, we might do some, you know, heavy squeezing, which he likes. It's very important not to let it become associated with negative feelings, because you don't want them to associate that form of communication with negativity. So if he pulls away, he tells me he's done, I let him be done. I do not force it, and I cannot stress this enough. Do not force it. You're going to create a negative situation. I know you're anxious to know what your child is thinking and feeling, and I am too. And sometimes, you know, we just have to wait. Sometimes we have to redirect. We have to let him do his thing, and then maybe I will come back a few minutes later when he's in a better headspace and he's feeling calm, and then I say, do you want to try and tell me again? And sometimes he may say no by his actions. He may walk away. Cool, that's cool. I know I'm not going to force him, but it works. It's worked really well for us. Again, I didn't follow any stress program. I just kind of followed his lead. It was very organic. You know, I was letting him, you know, kind of step by step, and that's what we're still doing, and we're just going to kind of work up to it. And I'll also add that he's able to type numbers, which has allowed him to do some amazing math work on worksheets, you know, instead of all being like an iPad or etc. You know, I'm using a PDF editor, which a friend of mine suggested to me, which was absolutely brilliant. I load a math worksheet in a PDF editor, and I actually cover the letters on my keyboard with like a piece of paper, and then we focus just on the number pad for answering those math questions, and it has been fantastic. So that's another thing I'm really thankful for, to give him that opportunity to do those kind of math problems via typing, whereas, you know, he can't write it down, but he has the knowledge in his head, so typing allows him to share that knowledge, you know, with us. And so I'm happy to answer any questions. I'm hoping this kind of tells people like a general idea of what we did. Again, it was pretty organic, and you know, we start small. Like, don't make it overwhelming. Let it be an easy, fun thing, organic. Let them learn about it kind of on their terms, and, you know, give that self-confidence and not ever force them or punish or, you know, anything like that. Don't make it a negative. Let it show them how it can be a positive. So that's it for today. Keeping it short. Again, if you have questions, you can also find me on Twitter at AwesomeBrandy with an I. And I'm happy to answer questions that you might have in supporting your non-speaking autistic child. Thanks. Bye.